Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. So, as you probably can see, if you're watching this, this is a different kind of setup than we had before. My computer, my big Mac, it won't work. No idea why. Come back from holidays and just doesn't work. So I've got to figure that out. So I'm on my laptop at the minute. So hopefully everything is groovy. Right. So Mondays, as you know, we go through my week in numbers, what was good, what was bad, and all that good stuff. As I'm just trying to pull it up here. Don't forget to head on over to mrselfstorage.com. That's where all the cool kids go. And yeah, if you go over there, basically, it's a daily newsletter where I tell you everything in my business and give you a self-storage tip every single day, or some business tip or something that is beneficial to you, and along with all my numbers as well for the day. Right. So last week, it was a really interesting week. We had a lot of quotes. And I don't think this is normal for this time of year. We had 114 quotes across the 5 sites. And hopefully, by the way, we're nearly completed on the 6th site, which I can't wait to tell you about. It is in Body, Scotland, and I can't wait. Actually, met someone on holiday who lives a couple of minutes away from the site, and I was like, oh my God. And as it happens, he does signs and everything. And I was like, so he took my number, and yeah, it was great. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so last week we did 114 quotes. These are the headlines. Across the 5 sites, we were plus 1,245 square foot. But don't forget, a lot of that is through Mansfield. Mansfield is kicking butt. It's incredible. I'm going to do a separate episode about Mansfield because, yeah, it is absolutely brilliant, which it's just exciting me no end. Right, so 114 quotes. And we converted, we got 31 reservations across the 5 sites. So 31 divided by 114. Is 27%. So 27% conversion rate. 114, just making sure it's right. 31 divided by 114 is 27%. So it's not amazing, but it's okay. It's okay. Anywhere between 25 and 30% conversion rate is okay. I ideally want to be above 30%, but we'll take it. It's January. I'll take what I can get. The move-ins, we had 31 move-ins as well. So that's a conversion rate of 27%. Anything above 25 on the move-ins is great, because don't forget, people reserve and they don't always come to the unit. So 25% and above is brilliant there. Right, let's have a look at the figures. We're just going to scroll down. I'm literally reading it from mrselfstorage.com. Sent this morning, and so I'm reading it from there. Revenue was really good. Well, really good, was it? It was okay. £38,088. So £38,088 was what we took in total. We took £4,431 at Mansfield. We took £3,166 at Wrexham. Clough Road, we took £7,842. Beverley, we took £3,827, and at Willoughby, a bit less than normal, £18,820. I did get a message this morning from somebody saying, yeah, Dean, all this is great, but are you doing good? Are you doing bad? We don't know, because we can't see the expenses. Great point. And so my EBITDA percentage to revenue is around about 58%. Now, storage on the whole is around about 65%. So 60, 65. I think the industry average is 64%, but I could completely be wrong there. So don't quote me on it. So we're hitting about 58%. And I did explain that we're building, we're not, yes, we want profit, obviously, but at the minute, we're not optimizing for profit. We're optimizing for growth. So we need the foundations, the structures, the SEO needs to be on point. We're spending £36,000 a year on that at the minute, making sure that we can compete with the big boys when we go against them, to make sure we rank there. We also are spending money on solicitors at the minute, accountants, changing accountants, going to a whole new setup, having a bookkeeper in-house. And so we're making sure that our foundations are solid, and then we can grow. So we're not optimizing for percentage revenue at the minute. EBITDA as a percentage of revenue. Yes, we want to make money, of course we do. But at the minute, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the background that will affect the revenue. And we're having as well, because I've been given advice on this now, every single self-storage facility is its own entity. It's its own company. It stands alone. So we're going to have a holding company up here. Don't know what it's going to be. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's my kids' initials and mine and wife's and stuff. And then that filters then down to the rest of them. So we've got Stormore Willoughby, Stormore Beverley. So we've got all different sites, which will be good. Loads of reasons why for that, but yeah, I'll get into it later. I can get into it later on in another video. Right, so 31 reservations. We had 4 booked online last week. So that is, let's have a look. She's put 5 booked online here, but it says 4 there. Oh, yeah, you are. Booked online 4, booked online 5. Huh. Anyway, I don't know why that is there, but let's have a look. So we've got, so say 4 booked online, 4 divided by 31 equals 13%. So 13% of our bookings came from online reservations, which is really good. James. James won the competition last week. So that was awesome. Oh, they haven't updated that, that's why. So James won the competition last week for most reservations, 8 reservations. And Jack as well. Let's update. James and Jack, 8 reservations each. So well done, them guys. We had 4 reservations, so 4 booked online, 3 reservations at Wrexham, 3 at Beverley, 10 at Willoughby, 6 at Clough Road, and 9 at Mansfield. Mansfield is the gift that keeps on giving. It's wonderful, honestly. Brilliant. I haven't had an opening ever like this before, ever. And I'm going to do a 2-year anniversary for Clough Road coming up as well. So there's some really positive things about Clough Road, but some really negative things as well. And has it been as good as they expected? Great point. Great question, Dean. Great question. And the answer is, I really don't know. I truly don't know. I couldn't actually tell you at the minute. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to go through it all, and it's nowhere near as good as Mansfield, put it that way. Right, Willoughby figures last week. Let's get on with it, Booty. 41 quotes, that's 10 reservations. So that means a conversion rate of 24% overall from quotes to reservations. We had move-ins. We had 13 move-ins. So that's a 32% conversion. So really, really good there. We had 1,100 square foot move in total. Remember, we were predicted to be down this week. And so we're not down. We only had 4 figures moved in, 4 figures moved out. We had 1,030 square foot move out. So we're up 70 square foot. Hey, we're up. And by the way, if we're moving in over 1,000 square foot in January, I'm over the moon, mate. Over the moon, mate. Right. How many times was a van rented out? This is a goodie. It was rented out. Yes, you're right. 7 times. Incredible stuff. Rooms moved in. We had 14 rooms moved in. We had 14 rooms moved out. The occupancy is 331 total internal rooms. That's 14 in internally, 14 out internally. Containers in. We had no containers in, but 2 out. So that's 41 containers. 71.43% full. I really want to get that up to 85% occupancy. 85% occupancy. Now, Angela actually put this as a positive. Merchandise sales, £20.96. Angela, it's not. Angela said it was a positive because it's better than it was previously, but it's still below where we want to be. We want to be hitting £25 per move-in on merchandise sales. So, yeah, that is, yes, you can say it's a small positive because it's better than it was, but it's nowhere near where we want it to be. So yeah, £20.97. I still think £20.96. Sorry, I still think it's negative. One positive vote is the amount of insurance sold at Willoughby. We sold 83,000, which meant an average of £6,384 per move-in. This next week, we've got 3 move-ins due for 315 square foot, and we've got 8 move-outs due for 735. So hopefully we can break even this week. All right, on to Clough Road. 27 quotes. Pretty good. 6 reservations, not so good. That's a conversion rate of 22%. We had 4 move-ins, so that's a conversion rate of 15%. We had 610 square foot moved in, and we had 225 square foot moved out. So we are up 385 for the week, which is good. Again, insurance, brilliant. I must have missed this when I was looking at this yesterday. £39,000 worth of insurance sold, and so that's an average of 9,750. Whoopity-doo-dah. 3 move-ins due next week for 150 square foot, 2 move-outs due for 100 square foot. So it should be a positive week. Beverley, 9 quotes, 3 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 33%. Only 1 move-in. And don't forget, Beverley is nearly 90% full, so we don't look at the conversion rates really, because sometimes when they're supposed to go to Beverley, go to Willoughby instead because we can't fit them in for all sizes. We had 1 move-in. So that's 11% conversion rate, 50 square foot moved in, 50 square foot moved out. So what does that mean? A net result of, nailed it, you mathematical geniuses, is 0. So one person moved in, one person moved out. We've got 81 units occupied. Store occupancy is 87%. Average insurance sold was £3,000, but it was only a 50 square foot unit. Next week, we're due in 2 move-ins for 210 square foot, and nobody's due to move out, so should be a good week. Right, let's have a look at Wrexham. 16 quotes from Wrexham, but only 3 reservations. So that's a conversion rate of 19%, so not really good there. 3 move-ins, again, a conversion rate of 19%. We moved in 260. We moved out 285. So we're down 25 square foot. Wrexham, we're averaging, last week we averaged £4,333 per move-in. Next week, again, we are due to move in 2 units for 210 square foot. On to Mansfield. I love Mansfield. Amount of quotes, 21. Number of reservations, 9. So that's a conversion rate of 43%. Yes, homeboys. I said 43%. I don't know why I said homeboys. It's like, I'm cool, down with the kids. I'm really not cool, as my son keeps on telling me. The little sod. Right, only joking, Zach. I meant Kai, and Kai I meant Zach. Anyway, right, move on. We had 10 move-ins last week. Really, really good. So that's a conversion rate of 48%. Oh, you what? 840 square foot moved in and 25 square foot moved out. But that 25 square foot didn't really move out, but never actually turned up. But the way we did it on the figures, it looks like a move out, but it's not a move out. So yeah, anyway, we net 815 square foot. I'm not that bothered about that on this occasion because it's only 25 square foot. But if it was a higher amount, like a 160 square foot unit or a 260 square foot unit, we'd have to go into the figures and take it off because then it would affect my churn rate. And I'm dialed into the churn rate. I like to see what it is, the progression, because it's good to see the progression over time, every single location, because then when you see that progression over time, then you can make more accurate projections in the new site. So they need to be bang on. Right, 12 rooms moved in and 1 room moved out, which we really know it didn't. So that's 78 rooms occupied. We are 39.78% full, but we're not really because we've just added some more containers, so that will dilute the figures there. Insurance is a little bit of a worry at Mansfield. For whatever reason, we're not good at selling insurance at Mansfield. £38,000 we sold last week for an average of 3,800. This next week, again, the gift that keeps on giving. 6 move-ins for 610 square foot, 1 move out for 50 square foot. So lovely jubbly, mate. Yeah, so we're going to be up over 500 square foot at Mansfield this next week, which is awesome. We're fast approaching nearly, by the end of this month, it'll be 9,000 square foot. In the first 3 months, we'll be 9,000 square foot up. Oh, yeah. So that is wicked. Google Analytics, we had 758 visitors to the website. Now, I'm going to do a whole podcast on this because we had some real issues last week. Boy, did it drive me absolutely mental. And so I'm going to do a whole podcast on it and the solutions, what we did. So it don't happen to you. We had hackers in our website. So we've 758. That's probably not true because we had tons of people trying to help us with it. And yeah, it was a really, really bad time. It was a really stressful time because all the time I was seeing these emails come in saying, Dean, we've been hacked again. People were trying to take ownership of the website. And it wasn't a very good experience, especially when you're on holiday as well. So it's a 4% conversion rate to website visitors. Now we want to be 5% conversion rate. However, like I've mentioned, it's only because of the people visiting the website, which wouldn't normally be. So they're not really people to visit it. We had a whole company look into it, and somebody else, God knows how many companies look into it. Right, my friends, that is it. There's a podcast every single goddamn day this week. So you'll have me in your ears all the time. Hopefully, do you know what? This might actually be better audio than my other one because I've got my earphones in. So who knows? Right, we'll see what happens. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.